Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be reviewing pairs for this week trade. So let's dive in and see what the market did this week. So first of all, I'll be starting off with Euro AUD. So Euro AUD is an interesting trade. You see, price broke this level. Tried to take the trade here last week, but it did not give me an entry signal. So price broke here and gave us rejection candle from this area of interest. You see, from this area of interest, and I missed the trade. The reason I did not take this trade, I was waiting for extra confirmation, although I graded the trade and it gave me an A plus setup, and I did not take it here because I was waiting for an extra confirmation because of one thing. What is the reason? The reason is because we are under a resistance zone. This is in between a support. This box here that you are seeing here is support, and this one is resistance zone. So, and if you see, whenever we are under, we use this as resistance. So if I move down, you see, we use it as support, resistance, support. You see, support, resistance. So you see that zone is a very strong zone. So that is why I was waiting for extra confirmation on the lower time frame. Although if you see, the daily time frame is bullish. This is the higher high, and this is the higher low. Same with the weekly. The weekly, you see, this is the higher low and this is the higher high. So if we go down to the entry time frame, which is 1 hour, you see that market shifted structure. This is the lower low, this is the higher high. So on this retest here, you see this is Sunday night and is not on my trading window. If not, this is a clean entry here. So I waited for another higher high and higher low. So which price came down, created a new higher low, so went up, created an higher high, so came back. So on this place here, price gave a morning star. You can see this is the morning star formation, this three candle morning star formation. So this is my entry, and as you see, the time is 6 a.m. Nigerian time. So immediately after this place, and I wanted to take the trade, my stop loss is placed perfectly. But the reason I did not take this trade is because of we are under a resistance zone. That is why I did not take this trade. So although I was looking for I was waiting for an extra confirmation, probably price should break here a little bit, retest here, something like this, then I would have taken the trade. But price never gave that retest, so immediately even came down. So immediately price came down, created a new lower low, lower high, lower low. So on this break here, he never even retraced and until it broke this resistance zone. So that is that. It happens in trading, so we live and we learn. So that is that on Euro AUD. Fantastic trade that I missed. So moving on to the next pair. The next pair is NZD CHF. So NZD CHF was a trade I've been holding for the past 2 weeks. So this week now making 3. This week that just finished today making 3. So this was the higher high and this was the higher low. So price came down here and because of this resistance zone that is here, had to push the price down. So that was the part of the reason that maybe not to enter Euro AUD. You can see it's kind of similar. You see price came down instead of to push up on this NZD consolidated here for 2 weeks, and on the third week now broke and hit my stop loss. So that is that. Live and we learn. So moving on to Euro GPP. Euro GPP is also a missed trade. This week is I did not take any trade this week. Okay, the weekly time frame. You can see the weekly time frame is clearly bearish. This is the lower high and this is the lower low. So price came down here, retest this weekly area of interest. You see whenever we are up, we use as support, resistance. See resistance, so it's a very clear zone. So price came down here to retest the zone. So, and on the daily time frame was very clear. You see this is the lower low here and this is the lower high. So price came up here but did not close inside the area of interest. So when it came down here, so, and if we go down to the lower time frame, you see a clear pattern. See, okay. So on the 2-hour time frame, you see the 2-hour time frame gave a perfect shift of structure and engulfing candle, which I actually placed the trade on the 2-hour time frame, which is, you see, this is how the market structure is. So price came down here, create a new lower low. See, price came down here, create a new lower low. This is the lower high. So on the pullback here, this was Friday, which is when market was about to close last week, and is now when I'll enter the trade. So what the price do? Price went up and create a new higher high. So this is how the market structure is. Price came down and create a new higher high. So you can see, and now this is the higher high. You see, this is the higher high. This is the higher high, and this is the higher low, and is now when I'll enter the trade. So, but if we go down to the 1-hour time frame, see the 1-hour time frame is still bullish. This is a higher high and higher low. Is now when I'll enter the trade. I need a shift of structure. So if we go down to the 30-minute time frame, so the 30-minute time frame, this was the higher high and this was the higher low. So what was I looking for? I was waiting for a minor break and retest of this zone. This zone here. You see, I saw it when it broke, so I'm waiting for a retest. I actually drew this for a retest of this zone, then engulfing before I enter, and immediately price broke this zone and it never gave retest, straight to TP. So that is another miss. It's part of trading. Live and we learn. So moving on. So I did not take this trade, so I will remove the risk reward. When I analyze it, it was actually a D plus setup. So but we'll see if this week to be among. Okay. So moving on to AUD JPY. AUD JPY was another miss trade. A lot of misses. Okay, weekly time frame, you see weekly time frame is bearish. This is a lower high, this is a lower low. Price came up with this zone and have the push to the downside. Very massive bearish engulfing candle. On the daily time frame is also bearish. You can see the daily time frame was also bearish. This is the lower high, this is the lower low. Price came up here to retest this zone. I told you that this candle will get filled, and look at what happened. The next day created a clean doji candle, a perfect doji, and you can see we are at a very strong area of interest. This will serve as support, then serve as resistance. So right now we are under. I wanted to take this trade last week, so price broke up, broke down, went up again, gave us the pin bar. The next day, which is Monday, gave us a doji. On Tuesday, filled it straight to TP. Missed trade. Next is CAD JPY. So CAD JPY never came back to my area of interest. So CAD JPY price was here. This was the lower high and this was the lower low. So price, what happened is that I normally update the lower low and the lower high every time it creates a new structure. So but when I analyze this pair, this was the lower high and this was the lower low. So I'm waiting for a retest. Of this zone. Give me something like before I take it. So price came up, did not even get to this place and have the push to the downside. So never came back to my area of interest, never take the trade. So moving on to Euro NZD. Euro NZD is the same thing. We were here, higher high and higher low. You see, as the candle keep going, I make sure I update it. You see, so I was waiting for a pullback to this place. So this was a higher high here and this was the higher low. So I was waiting for a pullback, rejection candle to take the trade up. Price never retraced. I never took the trade. So moving on to USD CHF. USD CHF is the same thing. Price did not retrace back. So this was the higher high, this was the higher high here. So this was the higher high here and this was the higher low. So I'm waiting for a retrace to buy to continue the bullish momentum, but price did not retrace back. So that is that. And Euro USD price did not retrace back. So this was the lower high and this was the lower low. Here was the lower low. So I'm waiting for a pullback, the test of this EMA, previous structure points, around psychological level, something like this, to give me a push down, but price did not retrace. Missed trade and missed entry this week. Well, it's part of trading. So BTC and XA USD are just part of my watch list. I analyze them, but I don't take the trade. They are just part of my watch list. I analyze them, so I don't take the trade. So this XAUSD is a very sweet and interesting trade. I analyze, put my SL, everything, and it's working perfectly, but I did not take it. Did not take the trade. So this was the trade that analyzed, but I did not take it. So that is that. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. So my next video will be the forecast for next week. So I see interesting markets and a very good trade for next week. So keep in touch and let's grow together. So this is SamCruzeFX and thank you for watching.